And that's why my family and I always trust Pokemon's organic super potions.
The robbery took place earlier today. Officer Jenny investigated the scene at the museum where villagers are saying was the work of Pokemon. The only targeted artifact was the newly installed display of the sarcophagus of Kappa Broody.
It's just a dream. There. Oh, back in the lab. Who was that, Professor Both? Frank, is that you? Are you the only Polymer Pokemon that has remained? No. As for... Oh dear Arceus. Toasty, my sweet boy. Frank, use Thunderbolt and bring him back to life. More power, Frank! I guess a spark. All we need is just a spark. Hang in there, Toasty. Toasty, there's work to do. There was a break-in at the museum, according to the radio. Someone, something might be headed here next. We must be ready. In this new form, with Frank's electricity coursing through you, your abilities should be most useful to the advancement and creation of more Polymer Pokemon. Your new teeth should be able to render flesh and muscle, as we'll need to create new allies in an inevitable war. There have been cries from the villagers of strange mutations plaguing this land. Dreadful owls fill the night, but we will be ready. First, we need to set up our defenses. My beautiful and precious Toast. Oh, you must have a new name this one. Let's put you to good use, Shreddy. Toast. Oh, you must... First things first, my laboratory and lair must be secured. From a defensive standpoint, fortification will be key, and thus, this first polymer shall act as my sentry. In fact, Shreddy, we'll need to create a small troop of these Pokemon. First, we'll hit the watchful eyes of a Cacturn. Yes, those Pokemon will make great bases for guards. Their patience will prove quite impactful in a battle of attrition. But what to merge them with? It will need to be a Pokemon that could extend its range of grasp, but also further reinforce the creature's capabilities. I'll need to weed out those blasted tumbleweeds that destroyed my lovely spring daisies. After I wrangle a few of those annoying critters, I can finally wrap up this polymer in more ways than one. Cacturn and Bramblegast. It makes a ton of sense, really. One stands still, the other rolls and rolls. The two together meet right in the middle to make the perfect ward. Huh. I like it. This first subject will be named Ward. So far, my polymers operate in perfect unison. Their ghostly presence is able to detect life force from quite far out. These scarecrows will certainly deter humans by appearance alone, and their battle capabilities are not to be trifled with either. The thorny lashing they'll unleash on surrounding prey certainly sounds quite painful. They're also able to bring in prey closer with their whips and pin them to the ground while absorbing their vital essence. While these creatures are certainly capable sentries, I suspect they will not hold for too long. If whatever threat out there really wants me, they'll have to cut through the new cutting-edge otherworldly form. Seems that one of the wards have already captured me, a trespasser. Frank, use Electro Web! With this creature fainted, let's get a better look underneath this shaggy mane. What? This is none other than a Mr. Mime! Yet these features spread all throughout belong to that of a canine. In fact, such a fusion of the two, they are in the spirit of my own artificial Polymer Pokemon. Yet, my perfect memory, which is that perfect, can't recall this creature from prior experiments. How could such a creature come to fruition? Could this mime have been infected with some sort of disease, or, even worse, be triggered to transform by darker forces at play? Shreddy, these hypotheses must be tested. Let's do some experimentation. After we captured the first of this mangy mutt, a symphony of howls played outside my lair walls. Whether or not this mutation was an accident, the nature of a staggered attack by these creatures is certainly not. I've come to call this first specimen Talbot. It seems that this Mr. Mime has mutated with canine-like features, almost against its will. Based on biological samples, it seems there was an evolution-like trigger that has transformed the beast into what it is. The strange thing is, the wards are bringing me various wolf Pokemon. The mimes brought in come in with features of various canines, Lycanroc, Mightyena, even Lucario. I look to the sky on this bright night for any answer, but all I see is a beautiful full moon. The stars wait, the savior of our lairs lies beyond the stars.
I've always wondered what life might look like wherever Clefairy, Staryu, and even Tentacruel originated from, but that is not my area of study or expertise. However, once my mind hooks onto an idea, there's no letting go. Using Frank to send electric signals upon some Tentacruel I purchased from the local market, well, it took some tweaking, but it happened. Finding a radio frequency wasn't the hard part per se. It was breaking through the reaches of outer space that caused a single bead of sweat, and only that for my genius has summoned me my final ingredient for this polymer. It came from above!
This polymer is so cold to the touch, shining and so beautiful. I could sit here for hours and watch the metallic surface of Wells, the name I have given to this first prototype. Wells truly blurs the line between organic and synthetic. This fusion took weeks to perfect, but my wards have bought us time. It seems the attacks from the canines have let up. I will keep the wards at the perimeter for the first line, and the Wells will provide backup and destroy any stragglers that make it through. The sheer vantage point they have due to their craning height buys us some more time, but I am running out of subjects. Whatever is coming will require a polymer that may require me to walk to the distortion realm and back, but I can only make do with what I have around me. Think, Dr. Broody, think! The reports on the radio get more dire. I have been hard at work attempting the creation of a polymer that can handle the coming threat. Following lunar patterns, I suspect the next major attack from this force will be on a full moon, where I expect more wolf Pokemon to attack. I must figure out what my polymer seems to be missing, as all of my previous attempts have fizzled out and all that remains around me are fainted bodies of the mutated mimes and all their canine genes. The air reeks of...
You wouldn't catch me going outside without a max repel, courtesy of Pokemon.
Breaking news! Reports of a strange mummy-like Pokemon are attacking the townsfolk. Authorities are urging all civilians to retreat into their homes and lock the doors. It seems... Baharkis. Is that a Lucario? Frank, Shreddy, outside! Off in the distance, I see them, as the reporter called it. A pack of Lucario. Oh, wait. Wrapped up in bandages. They're not just any dust globs. My head. Are they polymer? Wait, the canines, the transformations. These are... No. The dream... It can't be... Seth? The missing artifact from the museum those months back. It all adds up. Using the power of the full moon, he was able to use spirit magic to alter the genetics of Mr. Mime and subjugate them to its will. The wolf Pokemon must have been trying to break down our defenses for its master, biding its time and powering up within the egregious sarcophagus. Now that Seth has awakened from its slumber, it must want revenge upon me. And for what? Giving them powers they could never have achieved without my intervention anyway? Sure, the polymerization process might be a bit painful, but progress always comes with a price. I can see Seth from atop my lair. Off in the distance he marches with an army. Those eyes, they were hidden last we saw him. Now, I can say I know those eyes well. It's the very same I see when I look in the mirror. Previous attempts to make this polymer have failed, but what Seth fails to understand was that he delivered fresh to our doorstep all the ingredients we needed all along. The best part of this process of polymerization is if at first you don't succeed, try again. This Houndoom has been the base for all previous experiments, and all manner of Mytina, Lycanroc, Lucario, all these canine genes, I see now. The spirits of the damned, they are all around me. I must be able to see them thanks to the presence of Seth. Now, God of Death, all the life I fainted, it wasn't without purpose. They have been reborn, rising from the stone below me. These hounds from hell. Join into one and be reborn! All the wards, all the welds, all of Seth's armies between Huskers and the Mime Wolf Pokemon. The stage is set. I stare into the eyes of my newest creation. The mission is clear, Nina. Destroy Seth and return him to the distortion world where he belongs. Nina springs to action quickly, entering a pose that lets the two heads on the side of the creature gather fallen spirits around her. The main head channels the energy charged up by her siblings, firing off a beam of pure ghost energy. Seth dodges easily and grabs a spirit out of the air. He places the wisp at the end of his bone staff and fires towards me, but my ultimate weapon deflects with a mirror wall. As smoke fills the air, the earth turns dark.
I'm live on the scene just outside Dr. Broody's lair where a strange three-headed beast is fighting off a Lucario in golden armor. It's an intense fight as the two beasts trade blow for blow. The Pharaoh just took a swing with his staff at the Hell Beast, connecting with one of the jaws and sending it flying. One of the other heads grabs onto the bone and, oh my, broke it clean in two. Dr. Broody seems to be shouting off in the distance, barking orders which prompts the Hellhound to start charging up some sort of attack. The Pharaoh stands too, gathering energy and reconstituting his bone staff out of the souls floating out of there and, whoa! He's teleported forward, but what's this? The Hellbeast expected the attack. The creature pins the Pharaoh to the ground and then one, two heads are holding the Pharaoh's arms down, its jaws tightening like a vice grip. The main head's jaw seems to be unclenching, nearly dislocating as it opens its mouth, staring into the eyes of the Pharaoh. The beast's eyes glow as the Guardian of Souls retrieves the dark spirit that was the cause of all this madness. Dr. Broody in the distance can be seen cheering as the Pharaoh's body goes limp. The Hellbeast's body too grows limp and the bones of the creature begin to turn to dust. Both beasts were born of dark magic, a god of death and a guardian of souls. Dr. Broody falls to his knees, and he's weeping.